welcome. Today guys, we're gonna be making some French macaroons, and if you guys don't know what it is, you probably have seen it. It's like a biscuit, two biscuits put together with an icing filling. So to make this, I'm gonna start off by adding some icing sugar into this sieve and some almond flour or almond meal, and you can get this on Amazon, Walmart, Publix. It's readily available throughout the US. In Trinidad, you can try Massey stores, or if anyone knows where you can get it, let me know so I can add that to the description. Now you're going to mix this two together and pass it through the sieve because we don't want any lumps in this mixture. If you have any lumps after sifting, just discard the lumps. Just set this aside. Next, with your hand mixer or stand mixer, we're going to be whipping 3 egg whites, and you want to make sure the egg whites are at room temperature. Now guys, make sure you use your whisk attachment for this. Now you're going to whip these eggs until they start to get frothy and start to make soft peaks. Stopping the mixer just to show you guys. You see it's already frothing up and starting to thicken up. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add in some salt and I'm going to add in some sugar very slowly. So while it's whipping up, I'm going to add in the sugar. I'm gonna drop in a few drops of red food coloring. You can use any color food coloring you want. I'm making strawberry macarons, so hence the reason I'm using red. So you just want to put a few drops, mix that in, because this still has to go until it reaches stiff peaks. So I'm gonna add the food coloring and keep beating it until it reaches stiff peaks. Okay guys, you see that? You see how it has formed that stiff peak? It's not dropping, it's not runny or anything. That's what you want. To your whipped egg whites, add in the sifted icing sugar with that almond flour. Now you want to carefully fold that mixture into each other. You don't want to over mix because you don't want to deflate those egg whites. After you've mixed this in, this is what it should look like. That's how it should fall. Now I just want to give you guys a tip. If your batter is not falling like this, so what I suggest you do is whip up 2 more eggs. If it's very thick, whip up 2 more eggs until you can get it into this runny consistency and add it to the batter and just mix that in, fold it in very gently. If the batter is thin but it's not thin like mine, and then just add 1 more egg white to this. Now I'm going to transfer this into a piping bag. Now on your baking tray, and I'm using my silicone mat. If you don't have this, you can use plain parchment paper. You're going to pipe 1-inch rounds. Okay, after you've piped out your macaroons, you want to place a tea towel on your surface, and then you're going to take your tray and you're going to just bang it or drop it against that tea towel. And I like to use the tea towel because it doesn't make as much noise as if you just throw it against your countertop. So you're going to do this until all of those air bubbles pop. Now you want to leave this on your counter for about 20 to 30 minutes so that it forms a shell on the outside before we put it into the oven to bake. So while these are resting outside, I'm going to preheat my oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit in the meantime. Okay guys, while we're waiting for the macaroons to sit out, let's create the filling that's going to go into the macaroons. And for this, I'm going to be making a strawberry filling. And here I have defrosted some frozen strawberries. I just have about 5 small ones. And I have some of the liquid in there. I'm going to put this into a small food processor. You can use your magic bullet or your blender. I'm actually using the baby bullet, you probably can tell. And I'm going to blend this until it's very smooth. Okay, once this is blended and it's very smooth, you're going to empty it out into a sieve. Just set this aside. Now we're going to work on the icing sugar and the butter mixture. Place your butter, and you want to make sure your butter is at room temperature and it's very soft. You can use your hand mixer for this. So just mash down on the butter just to smoothen it out, and add your icing sugar to this. And you want to whip the icing sugar into the butter. Now as this is starting to come together, add in some of your pureed strawberry and mix that in. You don't want to add all at once, because if you do, then this is going to get very runny and it's not going to stay when you pipe it into the macaroons. So just add a little at a time until it comes together. So you see how this has started to come together, and it's still very thick. You don't want this to be runny, and I still have some of the puree left over. Okay, once this has been mixed in, just set it aside. Okay, now that these have been out for quite some time and the oven has come up to temp, I'm going to go ahead and place these into the oven. As I said, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. They're going to go in there for about 18 to 20 minutes. Okay guys, the macarons just came out of the oven and they took 20 minutes in all. So what I want to do is I want to leave them to cool down slightly before I transfer them onto a cookie rack for them to cool down completely. So guys, the macarons have cooled down, and here I have the filling. I'm going to transfer the filling into this Ziploc bag, or if you have a piping bag, you can put it in that. Okay guys, now to fill the macarons, you take one side and you go in and you pipe that filling on the inside, and then you take another macaron and you're going to cover it, and there you have one macaron. So I'm going to fill the rest of them, and I'll see you guys right back. So guys, here you have it, my recipe for strawberry macaroons. I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and to share it with your friends. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I hope you remember to subscribe, and I will see you all another day with another one of my recipes. Enjoy!